So I've pretty much only been uploading solo content on my channel, and while it is definitely my favorite way to play MMOs, it's not that I don't like playing with other people. It's more so the to build the synergy and to have the same or similar mindset with somebody else is something that is so important. And one of the long time viewers of the channel, one of the homies, which I'm sure you guys have seen in the comments, Astro, we have been talking back and forth about just wanting to PvP together because we have that similar mindset. And I finally made it over to Orofina, and what you guys are seeing in the background here is literally one of the first fights, or I think actually the first fight we got into. And this goes to show what I mean by how much of a difference having that synergy makes. We literally were not even in comms, just naturally playing together. And one of my favorite things about doing PvP like this, small man open world PvP, is making builds for that. As I've mentioned, all my builds were made with open world in mind, but they were made with me playing them solo. Now, we ended up getting into a pretty wild fight, which you guys are going to end up seeing here in a second. But we still have a couple of people left here at Capri's that we got to clear out. We go ahead and open the gate here, and there's a couple of people kind of waiting for us to exit it, so I guess they can open the chests. But there's actually just a little three-way fight going on. There's a couple of purples, a single green, and then me and Astro just kind of brawling it out. But we immediately kind of go ahead and put in quite a bit of damage into that first purple. The second one shows up, puts in the crosscut into me, and I take the first couple of hits, but we avoid that shockwave, and then you see Astro coming in with the heavy there. But a full just melee brawl here. Everybody in this fight is just running all melee builds, so it's just a super fun scrap. But we end up taking out both of those purples. I get very low. I have to pop my storm form there to stay alive. And then I try to go for the parry, but the green player does a really good job of reading that and avoiding it. And it looks like the second sword and shield player has shown back up. So we try to go ahead and see if we can put some work into him. Astro puts in a ton of damage. I'm trying to finish him off, and then Astro gets the kill, but I end up getting taken out by the green there. And I'm going to go ahead and just respawn and try to make it back. The green player here is definitely nothing to slack over. He was putting in quite a bit of work, as you guys are about to see here. I try to make it back over to Astro, and right as I'm about to make it, I end up body blocking him, and then he gets taken out by the green player. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some revenge here. I put in quite a bit of damage with the rapier, and then he goes ahead and makes a lot of distance with the great axe and is able to heal. But I'm playing quite reckless right now. I get very low. We get hit while in onslaught stance, and then I have no stamina. And you see he's able to follow up and take me out quite quickly there. And then I jump back in, and it looks like he had taken out Astro again, so I have to get my revenge this time. He opens up with the detonate. I tried to parry it, but he actually ends up getting the hit. And then we parry the great axe attack there and get the stun, which buys me a little bit of time. But we go for the relentless rush in the middle of his skyward, put in just a ridiculous amount of damage, and then we're able to take him out there. But yeah, immediately after fighting in our first fight, I knew that we were going to end up having some crazy fights because we were just on the same wavelength about things, which is honestly the most important things when it comes to doing duo or any sort of like group PvP. But the build that we ended up kind of running was my spear and void gauntlet build. We didn't even really think about it or talk about it. I kind of just ended up on my spear and void gauntlet, and then Astro was running a fire staff and ice mage. But we ended up into a little 2v3 here, and this fight was actually insane. They have a healer, a tank, and then a great axe blended bus player, the classic dungeon setup here. And opening up this fight here, I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do, who they're focusing. And it looks like they're trying to focus down Astro more than me. So I'm trying to do what I can to get both of these melee off of him. He's doing a pretty good job of spacing them out with his mobility, but they are just straight on his tail. We finally land the vault kick there. but I'm trying to take a little bit of damage myself. We land the weaken on the skewer, but you can see once you get caught in that chain of light attacks, it is just so hard to get away now with this patch. I end up taking the Volt Kick off the edge there, as Ryder or Astro ends up going right back in and ends up going down. But just a really bad spot for us to take this that first fight. We really need to use this entire POI and the line of sight to our advantage here. But you're gonna see as this Blunderbuss player goes down, and I tried to do what I can. You see that little desync happen there, but Astro ends up making the switch over to light armor just to get some more mobility, and then we end up on round 2. So we jump in. I am aware that there's a healer this time. I wasn't aware when we first jumped into the fight. So the healer is going to be the main focus. I go ahead and I land the screen, but we are out of stamina. I managed to get my Shuriken Fort to proc though. So we are doing a good job of not dying right away at least, and trying to play the role of that tank or that paladin. But I try to put in a little bit of harassment onto that Blunderbuss player, and he does a good job of spacing out most of my attacks there. But I'm trying to keep an eye on where Astro is and where the healer is, because we need to take out that healer if we want to win this fight. But it looks like he goes for the burnout. Without even having to say anything, he puts out the storm. I follow up off of his spike with the Volt Kick into the full combo, and then we get just a disgusting combo on that healer. I pop my Storm Form right as they pop the Grasping Binds, and I just barely make it out of there. But he lands the Shield Bash, and then they're able to keep up the melee attacks on me, and they finally finish me off there. But we were able to cleanly finish off the healer there. So I try to make my way back there and see if I can help Astro out. Being that he is on a light mage build though, he has more than enough mobility to keep himself alive. But we show back up, we land the skewer and put in a good amount of damage into this Blunderbuss player. I follow up with the root again immediately. You can see the second that I throw down that root and the Oblivion, the storm is already on top of him, and then the spike is coming out. We get a beautiful combo there to wipe out the Blunderbuss player, and then we're left to the tank. But the healer does show back up, so I'm not even gonna bother with the tank. We immediately switch our attention back over to this healer, and we're gonna go ahead and look for that combo again. I go for a scream, but it doesn't land. He lands a pretty chunky spike, and we land the Volt Kick right after the spike, and just blow up the healer as soon as she shows back up. And then we're left to the tank here. But yeah, just a I think this is our 3rd or 4th fight that night, and the fact that we already have this much synergy together is getting me so excited for when we actually make builds that synergize together. These 2 builds here actually synergize a lot better than I thought they would. Spear, Voided Gauntlet, Paladin, and a full mage. The CCs and the tankiness that I have really works well with the build that he's running. We can stay alive long enough to look for that combo. And the second that I land a stun lock on somebody, he's waiting for that spike. But yeah, I'm gonna leave a link for Astro's channel in the description. Definitely check out his channel because he is an amazing player himself. But yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.